You hear the muffled sounds of sirens off in the distance, but all you could really focus on was the direction you were headed in. You slip into an alley while cop cars drive past. Sure, you set a couple buildings up in flames and caused mass chaos, but did it really warrant the entirety of the police force looking for you? Even though you were getting chased, you still wanted to see your handiwork, so you made your way up the fire escape and onto the top of the building. Once you got onto the top, you could see 5 corporate buildings of various companies set ablaze, while people flooded the streets in a panic. The police had done nothing since they were getting trampled on by the crowd, so as you could imagine, the chaos was even more hectic. All you could do is smile and feel proud of the mass chaos you had caused, like a proud mother seeing their child grow up. You got down from the roof and changed into some other clothes so as not to be recognized easily. You walked down to the cafe and sat at a table near the back to be safe. You sat there for a while so things could cool down. In Japan, you were known as the Natural Disaster, one of the most mysterious villains ever. No one had ever seen your face or even knew your quirk. All they ever saw was the mass chaos and destruction you caused after you passed, and the symbol you put at each one of your crimes. Of course, it wasn't always like this. You were a normal child, just like everyone else. Well, almost like everyone else. You were born with a so-called villain quirk called butterfly effect. You could take something so insignificant like wearing a skirt instead of pants and cause an entire city to crash and burn. All you needed to do to start the chain reaction is a target of any kind, like a person or an object, and think of what you want the final outcome to be. Of course, the more detailed you make the outcome, or how small of a start, will affect how long it'll take for it to happen. Not only did you have a villain quirk, but you were smart and intuitive, which made everyone assume even more that you were a villain. Everyone, when you were growing up, tormented you, calling you a villain and a freak. That never-ending torture wasn't any better at home. Your family was ashamed of you and your quirk. You were shunned everywhere you went. You did have a dream to help people and become a hero. Even when you went to try out for a hero course, you were bullied every day and you just broke. It all came crashing down. All the years of torment that built up just collapsed. And you had a realization. If the world would see you nothing other than a villain, even though you never gave them a reason to think you were, why change what they think and show the world what it gets for making you an outcast? Even since then, you dropped out of high school on your 3rd year, cut ties with everyone you knew, and had begun to cause chaos everywhere you went. When you weren't making chaos, you were working as a secretary for the Heroes Regulation Center. You did this to keep your enemy close and see who could be after you. See which heroes were on your case, know their quirks, and see their tactics to evade them. You were getting off from your spot at the cafe and went home since you had work tomorrow. You woke up the next morning, did your daily routine, and headed off to work. On your way to the office, you saw someone following behind you ever since you left the train station. Of course, at a time like this, you could obviously tell that they were going to do something to you. So, you activated your quirk and bumped into a passerby. You activated your quirk so your wallet would drop in front of him. The end goal was for him to give your wallet back just in case something happened before you got to work. Apologizing, you kept walking to the office. The person following you started gaining on you and cornered you into a back street. He held the knife up to you and told you to give him all of your belongings. Before you start to get things out of your purse, you see a flash of green pass by you. You were a bit stunned, and you fell over by how fast it had gone past you. When you looked up, you saw the stranger you bumped into. The stranger tied up the person following you and helped you up. Are you okay? I'm sorry if I scared you back there. When you bumped into me, you dropped your wallet, so I went after you to give it back. Oh, thank you very much for helping me and giving back my wallet. Sorry, but you look familiar. Have I seen you before? Oh, well, I am a hero, so you may have seen me before. Then you realized who you'd bumped into. It was the #1 hero, Deku. You had seen him in the regulations office a couple of times before when he was there for work. Oh, wait, sorry, I didn't recognize you sooner. It's nice to see you again, Deku. You probably don't remember me, but I'm the secretary at the Heroes Regulations office. Oh, I do remember you from seeing you at the office, though I'm kind of surprised you could recognize me since I'm not in costume. Oh, well, I'm good with faces. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I'm gonna be late for work. Thank you again for helping me out, you quickly said. Oh, well, I was heading to the office, so let me walk you there. Both of you headed to the office and talked the whole way there. When you got to the office, he said, "It was really great talking to you. Would you like to come with me to dinner tomorrow night?" Sure, I enjoyed talking with you too, you said. You went off to the task room while you got to your desk and started to work. While you worked, you thought that this dinner would be a great way to get information about other heroes. Even if you did like talking to him, you needed to remember that he was the #1 hero, and could be tracking you down right now. Or, at the very least, if he got close to you and found out who you were, he would be appalled and arrest you. That couldn't happen, so going to one dinner with him should be enough to get information. You couldn't stop thinking about the dinner, and he was going to be in the office all week from what your manager told you, which didn't help ease your mind from the excitement. When he was leaving the building, he gave you a slip of paper with his number on it. All that night, you were giddy about the dinner you were going to have with him, but you had to plan your next attack so you could execute it and go to the dinner with him after. You decided that you would attack the most popular hero's headquarters, except for Deku, of course, since you would be saving him for later. You were doing this as a testing ground to see how you could plan for Deku's agency. You had decided you would be targeting Dynamite and Shoto's agencies since they were the #2 and 3 heroes. After you finished planning, you headed straight to bed since you had a busy day tomorrow. It was early in the morning when you had gone to both of their agencies to turn up the thermostat 3 degrees than it was originally. After you did that, you waited around their agencies until you saw someone turn it up a bit more. Then again, and again, until 98 people had changed the thermostat all day. That caused the heater to start the next reaction from being changed so much. It was slowly overheating every time someone changed the thermostat. The heater then exploded and started a brutal smoldering fire in both of the agencies. Once you saw the explosions, you knew it was your cue to leave your mark. Covering your face, you go to a building near the agencies and leave your mark. It was a very big, bright, beautiful butterfly. You booked it out of sight once you were done with your butterfly, and once again changed your clothes in an abandoned building. It was getting late and close to the time you set for dinner. You got back and changed into your nice outfit that you had decided that you would wear for the dinner. On your way, there was news spreading like wildfire that the natural disaster had set the #2 and 3 Heroes Agency ablaze. You couldn't help but smile at everyone's panicked faces as you walked by the people looking at the news. You adored that look. The one where the hope drains from a person's eyes, and you see them feel exactly how you felt for years. It was gratifying knowing that you could make the people who loved heroes have the brightness drain from their eyes. So, hello guys. I know it's been a little while since I posted, for a good reason. I have been doing a whole bunch of schoolwork that I kind of piled until the last minute, but that's I got it all done. I sent it in. I know I did a good job on it. I need the pressure to make me finish. But I wanted to say thank you for 1.5k. It's kind of crazy. Still honestly don't believe in myself, and that's why I'm kind of like in this kind of weird state where I'm like, wow, 1,500 people follow me. That is a weird feeling, you know? That's a weird feeling. So yeah, that's been on my mind. And I'm really sorry that this script is not finished. I decided to break it up into parts, mostly because, I don't think my recording stuff will handle that. So also I wanted to make you guys a part of like the story process. So if you have any ideas on where this story could go, leave it down in the comments. I will take it. Like, honestly, I don't know where to go from here. Like, I have a direction that I think I could go, but I don't know where after that train of thought ends. I don't know what I can do afterwards because it's not a complete thought. I'm rambling. What else was I gonna say? The artwork and this fanfiction are from me, and the suggestions, the suggestion that I took was from Dragonslayer15. Please go check out her channel. She's amazing. She gave me the suggestion for this, and I got a whole bunch of other suggestions that I may use for other fanfics, so I will credit them too. But thank you for the Dragonslayer15 for commenting, and I chose hers because I thought villain one would be fun. And it was really fun to write. I have a little bit more, but I think this was a nice way to end it, so then I can just get into the dinner later, you know? But leave comments on what you want this, like, what kind of direction you want this story to be in. I've been rambling for like 3 minutes. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry how long this took to come out, but kind of first time writing for me. I feel like once I get into writing a little bit more, I think it'll be easier. Thank you for bearing with me and for not I think I'll finish this not next week or maybe the week after that, so that I have time, ample time to finish a bit of the script. I will do a how to make these kind of videos, like tutorial, next week, and probably another fanfiction. So, because I don't want to have just the tutorial, because that's not my normal content and that feels kind of weird. So I'm gonna do that video and another video from somebody else, and then I'll continue writing this the week after that. So not next week, but the week after that. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. This is getting long. I think that's all I wanted to say. So with all that said and done, don't forget I'm the Lady Otaku, and have a wonderful day, night, evening, whenever you're watching this. Goodbye. Love you guys.